Hey. So I just did a video on homeostasis and the positive negative feedback loop and how it works within the body, how it works within electrical currents, and so on. So go back and look at Intuitive Tuesday, dated 5/10/22. This is kind of a continuation of that. So I just got off the phone with somebody who has the C, right? And they're on all these protocols that everyone's recommending and still feeling like crapola. And so this is a prime example of the positive and negative feedback loop. So what must regulate and be up? There has to be a down, right? So you're going back and forth. You can't have your heart racing at the same pace all day while your kidneys are trying to regulate blood pressure and your hormones are trying to regulate calming, and yet fight and flight, right? Okay, while you're trying to process food, while you're trying to process all this stuff, while you're trying to process your surroundings, your due dates on work, and all this other stuff. So you can't be high all the time, as I've said. You can't be revved up. You can't drive your car with the gas pedal on all the time and then just pump the brakes a few times and expect something to happen. So that's why you drive foot on the gas, off the gas, onto the brake, off the brake, onto the gas. So that's sort of an example of a positive feedback loop. Speed up, slow down, speed up, slow down. You can't have your foot on the gas and get through rush hour traffic. So do you see where I'm going with that? So anyway, with this person not feeling well, the message that came through was to think of this as the time for the body to just completely reboot and reset itself through releasing all the stuff because you haven't self-regulated. You haven't been working with all of the systems that assist what we call immunity, because there is no immunity system. There is no system that is immunity, like cardiovascular, endocrine, digestive, musculoskeletal, nervous. There is no immunity. There are a variety of systems within the body that must self-regulate autonomically within the body to keep strength and slowness, up and down, in and out, flowing, slowing. So all this is happening within the body, creating immunity to invaders. But when you're overworking your body, which most people are through heavier foods, through foods that are not nutritionally sound, to all the stuff that's been added, how it's been fed, how it's been processed, how it's been packed and distributed to you, etc., etc., etc. Some of these things are not for the highest good of the body, so it's taxing the body. So maybe within the systems, one part is revving and revving and revving and revving, and the other part is saying, I have to slow down because this needs to go first. It's sort of like, this is what's coming through, alcohol. When you drink alcohol with a meal, your liver must process the alcohol first. It cannot process the food and the alcohol together. It has to process the alcohol first because it's harmful. A lot of it's harmful. And so now the liver is overworking itself, and so maybe the digestive tract has to slow way down while the liver overworks. Again, the positive, negative. One is not better than the other. The body knows how to preserve itself. So instead of looking at something as I'm sick, I have a cold, I have a flu, I have this, someone gave me that, I have this dreaded C, whatever it may be, go back into the body and thank it for doing what it needs to do. And then it's sort of a legal excuse not to show up to all the other things for work, household stuff, whatever. It's your legal excuse to sort of lay in bed and rest. But even then, most people are like, oh, I can't afford to do that. I'm not allowed to do that. I can't do that. And so then you get up and you do the exact same thing. Now you overtax a body and you weaken it even more. So the thymus gland is trying to send out its army of white blood cells, right? And then you're trying to overwork your body. And so these white blood cells don't work in a fight or flight. They need to work in a rest and relax mode. So they need rest from heavy foods. You need fluids to continue to move the fluid within the body, the blood, so it can go through and pick up all these little invaders and also help your white blood count army do what it needs to do. So when you're sick, you don't want to overeat, right? So my point of all of this and what I said to the other person is look at this as a great reset. Look at this as let your strong body find its homeostasis. Let it find its regulatory rhythm. Surrender yourself to the higher self, to the guide team, and trust and know that you're going to be okay. Of course, if you need medical attention, get it. Of course, if you need these additives or meds or whatever, herbs, of course. But don't look at them as being your savior and your end-all be-all and you're a victim of something that has occurred. And let this be a lesson to stop, drop, sit, connect with the breath. The breath is everything. Doing the deep breathing, moving of the diaphragm moves more lymphatics than exercising. The lymphatics do what? Bring nutrients through the system, take out toxicity. They don't work when you're laying down or sitting, just so you know. They go into massive slow-mo. And then, so if they're in slow-mo and then you're dumping all these toxicities in it, it's like, I can't really do anything because nobody's circulating me, so I can't pick up all the stuff that's been coming in, that comes in through foods, water, air, anything, thoughts. It all affects the systems. So in order to have an immunity system that is strong, you need to respect all the other systems within the body so they can regulate with you and for you with optimal results. That's why the younger people, because they have more of a virgin body and they're in movement most of the time, they're not sitting, laying, and being taxed by all these other things that are happening as we grow into adults and get older. And then our body just wears down, and it doesn't have to. It doesn't have to if you can stop, drop, sit, connect with the breath, and reset. And look at everything through blessing the rest. The rest of this and the rest that this deserves. Have respect for the system. Start studying a little bit of anatomy. It will frickin' make you sit back and go, holy cow, I had no idea. Stop relying on outside food sources, outside medicines, outside herbs, outside this fix it, outside that fix it. You can cleanse out and fast a couple days and really reset the body. Reset the body means the brain as well, because every single part of you must operate in togetherness under this divine hood. So this operates with this. This operates with this. Okay? This is housing your beautiful spirit, your soul, and everything that it wanted to do and wants to do in this lifetime. But it may require slowing your roll a little bit and rethinking what you're ingesting mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. And look at this as a time to just really be present with what your body's asking, not things out of habit. And if your body gets a little bogged down and clogged up, and you're over mucusing, and you're feeling achy and tired, say, okay, whoa. Maybe I need to cut out cheese and dairy and gluten and soy and corn and things that are creating what's happening here. Rethink my food process, rethink my mental process, wash my sheets, maybe clean my house, maybe hug someone today, maybe put some minerals in my water, maybe work on some soluble fibers, whatever it may be to help balance the body. You know, I just told my aunt this morning, I'm really working on things to balance my blood sugar because I eat for how I feel. I eat for how I feel, not just how I feel in that moment enjoying it. How am I going to feel an hour later, 2 hours later, 5 hours later, and how am I going to feel the next day? And that's called blood sugar balancing, BS balancing. I said I work on that because my humor has the other part of the BS, and I actually like that part of my life. I really do. Because humor is just freaking everything. It's everything. Put everything in balance. And so I'm not on a yo-yo and seeing double. I want everything in equilibrium. I want everything in homeostasis so that I can respond to everything in an appropriate way without taxing anything within my body, physically, mentally, spiritually, etherically, and without stepping over the line and creating not equilibrium, not homeostasis for anyone around me, because that's called doing harm. So the number one thing that we've got to lasso in and learn to control and to work with our dial to adjust to the ebb and flow and to respect the body that is carrying around the everything that there is. Everything is in this body. Everything. It is your living, loving, walking library of everything. So respect it and then expect it. If you don't respect it, you can expect not so great results. Respect it and you can expect the expected. Because that's what's placed in front of us in this loving universe. So, I hope that helps. Now, if you will please like, subscribe, share, leave me a message. I love your messages. And just enjoy this wonderful, beautiful day. If I can be of any assistance, my email is in my website, which is always in the description. All right?